We don't know much about Ironmouse as a person, but there is a lot that I can talk about. There is this extreme pressure for Ironmouse as the person she is, not her VTuber, but her as a person, to be inspirational, to be ever expanding inspirational wise. And she's actually going to feel a lot of confusion until there's a realization, but confusion could just be a state that Ironmouse is in, and that's okay because that is what is correct for her. She has these thoughts that could be of mystery, and I'm just distracted. Give me a second. I'm gonna go to get a drink. Oh, they were right behind me. Interesting. All right, let's try that again. I actually really enjoyed where that was going. It's just my breathing caught me off guard. I smoked bong, okay. We don't know exact details about Ironmouse, but there are a lot of different things that we can talk about today regarding who she is as a person. Not the VTuber character itself, but Ironmouse, the person behind the character. She is a person who feels enormous mental pressure to be inspirational, to maybe even have all the answers in her field. But she needs to make sure that she isn't spending too much energy on questions that don't matter to her, because then she'll be off running and investigating what it is that the other person was curious about, and by the time she gets back, the other person doesn't even care anymore. So it's wasted time, and she just needs to make sure that what she does put her effort into is what's correct for her. And what's correct for her will sound like, ooh, ah. What isn't correct for her sounds like, or, um. Anytime you hear her say those last three, make sure that your streamer is making a correct decision for herself. Means no for now for her. And maybe there is a lot of because a natural state for her is confusion. And she is going to be confused until there's a realization, and a lot of people may see that about her. She should not worry, though, about being this mysterious being who has this new thought coming her way because it just happens. And when a person asks, where did you get that idea from? She says, I don't know, I just thought of it. So she has these cool new ideas that exist, and she's able to formulate those. She is opinion who she is an opinion. She is a person who has opinions about the details, and boy does she has details and opinions about them. And just because she has an opinion, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a correct opinion. She just has one, and she knows that she has leveled up in life when she recognizes that there are all sorts of opinions, and that's okay. She has this very particular way of thinking and the way that she externalizes the way that she thinks, and she goes away, goes about her life. She has a lot of depth. She is a fighter, here to endure. Not to endure the fight or endure bad things, no. She just knows when things should end. She knows what requires an increase, and she'll fight for that. She'll correct it if she needs to. She knows her limits. And within her limits, she needs to recognize that if she does more than one thing at a time, it's just going to be a watered down version of what could be, both for her and her viewers or her friends. And she may or may not know where to land all of those experiences. So, one thing at a time, contract down to one, and one step ahead of the other. That's how you are going to get this new mysterious confusion that you have formulated. This is how the collective is going to accept what you have organized, because you are an organizational being. You are also a person who kind of brings people to their center. People might feel like they can be their self around you. That's cool. Flat out, this is all about innocence, and really, this is all about how Ironmouse is going to follow her convictions no matter what, and following her convictions is what's correct for her behavior. Because her behavior, her in her own process, being empowering, there's a certain way you gotta say these words here, so sometimes I say them wrong. Being empowering, repeating that process over and over, that's how her mysterious new ideas are going to come out into this world to be formulated and accepted by the collective. Her determination, her depth, people really see that. Her determination is what's going to bring her through the next few phases of her life. So the type of environment that she needs to be in order to be successful is that of a clarion. So, catching different things, whether it be a good movie, a good story, a good idea, or the vice versa, giving that good idea or lesson or verbal diarrhea to someone to listen to it. And that's the type of environment she needs to be in order to be successful. But the type of people she needs in order to be successful are her network, her brotherhood, her sisterhood, that tight knit few, and then the many. She knows that the opportunity is within her network, and that is how she is going to operate. This is really what she thinks she's doing in life, and this is what her body's just naturally floating around doing. So her body really feels the need to prove. Prove what? She's a good person. Prove that she can go harder, better, faster, stronger without even being asked. If there is a shift to be offered and it's handed out to a group of people, she's going to be the one to probably take it because she wants to prove that she's got it and that she can do it on her own, and that she is this inspirational being who can get things done mentally, and that she knows how to do it and she's got it. It's just going to make her frustrated. What else might she prove? She might prove that she's a good tribes person, holding on to people, places, things, and experiences that no longer serve her. Or being like, nah, I got this. I'm going to let go of support systems that actually do benefit me. Just to prove she's got this. But once again, that's going to make her frustrated. So she really needs to get back to her roots. And what's that? Her roots are that. This is a sacral, by the way. That's the root. She has this energy about her that's like a vortex, and it's just pulling people, places, things, and experiences towards her like a magnet, like a vortex. And it's up to her to choose from those experiences what's correct for her. Ooh, Does her body move towards it? That is what's correct for her. What is not correct for her is what makes her frustrated. And once again, she can use her oohs and ahs and her grunts and groans for her to figure out how to move through all of that frustration. Just because she's frustrated doesn't mean she needs to start something or stop something, quit something or start something new. No. Maybe just one little detail, maybe just changing your seat to a different direction might change everything. Who knows? So, let's wrap this up. Ironmouse is a person who really does have a lot of experiences coming towards her in life. And just because she has an experience coming towards her, it doesn't mean she has to jump on the first thing that she experiences or comes towards her. We're conditioned to experience that. What's good for her is to listen to her own energy or go with her gut feeling, as someone might say, and to explore her own convictions no matter what. And I bet people might say that she's stubborn that way. Going through life fighting for what's right for her, correcting what's wrong in an innocent way, of course, and through her determination. She is this person with depth. She's an organizational being who is possibly confused in moments, but then she's able to formulate something. It might take a little bit longer than others, or it might not, because she is going to be this inspirational being through a mystery of knowing that she just happens to have, and remembering that she has to contract back down to her limits of doing one thing at a time, even though she just wants to grow an environment just to grow it. She knows exactly where she's going in life if she listens to her gut. And she might feel like there's a lot wrong that's happening to her. Like the world is just throwing stuff at her. Not like personally like a friend, but just the world There's something wrong. All right. We're going to stop talking there. She's a whole different person when she sleeps. I wonder how she sleeps. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. And don't forget to stop into Twitch. That's where we synthesize these charts. Don't forget to follow or subscribe. I appreciate you.